Good day, everybody. We're at 1313 Netherworld Way, which means we're back at the legendary Netherworld haunted house. And we've got a special lights on tour this afternoon. I know we're allowed to take some photos at designated spots. I'm not sure what else we're able to show you guys. But we're gonna take you along. All right, so we wrapped our lights on tour. Super cool. As you can see, all of these signs here, all up and down the block, reminding you, masks required, social distancing required, temperature checks required. There's sanitizer throughout the haunt. They want to make sure that you are as safe as possible while also being as scared as possible. All right, so obviously we're back from Netherworld's Lights On tour, and we're going to go back to Netherworld in a little bit for the actual haunt experience. But this is what we saw when we were in Netherworld. Now, as you can tell, they don't allow video. They're still very guarded over their overall product, which is fine. They do give you the opportunity to take photos at four specific locations throughout the two haunts. The first haunt being Halloween Nightmares, which is a little bit more classic Halloween, or at least a classic Halloween twist. And the second haunt being Cyborg Shock. There's no opportunity to take photos of the gigantic animatronics that are the star of the show of Netherworld, but there are some really cool little items to be able to focus on while you're in your picture-taking endeavors. Basically ended back at the Netherworld Museum, where we were able to shoot a little bit of video snapshots for you guys. So the Netherworld Lights On tour is something that they started to offer. They may have done it way in the past, but I know that they did it last December. And it was the week after the haunt was actually in operation, so we weren't able to come back up from Orlando to go check it out. But they do offer it very similar to the way Halloween Horror Nights offers their Lights On tour. But you're going through, and also at Halloween Horror Nights, you're not able to take pictures throughout the entire haunt either. So if anyone is upset or wants to complain about Netherworld not giving you the opportunity to take photos everywhere, it's completely understandable. You're paying a premium to go to that haunt to be able to experience that attraction, and they don't want to give it away for free. The Lights On tour, though, is really remarkable, because when you go to Netherworld, if you've been there before, and you realize, like, as you're going through, you're seeing all of these massive sets, and
there's so much to look at.
Animatronics and scare actors, and everything is taking you away from seeing all of the intricate details that are included in the haunt. And the Lights On tour is basically like an hour in the main haunt, where you have a guided tour that's telling you the story, which is elaborate for the year. Oh my God. And so all of the details, much more than what you would get even off of the website. So when you go back tonight with the lights off and the haunt in effect, you kind of get to see the story in action. But there's so many little pieces that do change year over year. And I think when you're going through with the lights off as a guest, you're focused on staying forward and what's coming at you. But the details were incredible.
My neck hurts from looking at everything. You have to look up, you have to look all around because it's everywhere.
The best way I could say it is like if you were a collector of things like memorabilia like Star Wars or sci-fi or Marvel or whatever you're collecting, and you know all of the little details of what you have. This is a collection of horror from decades worth from Ben and team, and just everywhere. And there's little like hidden things everywhere. So if you're into seeing all of those little details, I think the price for the lights on tour is worth it. And it includes a speed pass ticket for the haunt for the night as well, which is about like $60 or so. So you know, that's included in the price. So you could say like, okay, lights on is probably, you know, it's running you about like you know, $140 or so, but you're getting some extras, including the photo and the goodie bag, which we'll show you in a moment. And you know, it's priced similarly to Halloween Horror Nights. And this is our goodie bag. Let's take a look at what's inside it.
Stuff. And a Netherworld pin.
Oh. I gotta hold this like this so you guys can see.
Oh, a little postcard.
That's cool.
Oh, it's a sticker from their escape room.
All right.
Oh, and a sticker from Netherworld.
That's cool. I have the collector sticker on my laptop, so this will.
Ooh, another sticker. Ooh. Oh, it's sparkly.
Ooh.
Oh, another sticker from the laser adventure.
Tattoo.
A little tattoo. Oh, cute.
A little tattoo. A download card. So you can download the music from Netherworld.
Another postcard.
Cool. We've got a poster and Fangoria with the collector on the cover. We have made it to the dance. Or at least to this truck. Let's go get our haunt on. Alright, so we made our way to Netherworld. Just want to show you guys, this is the back entranceway. So if you have a timed ticket, general admission ticket, if you will, this is the entryway that you go in. You need to go at your specific time, and when you go in, they'll get you with a temperature check before you can enter the building. And I wanted to show you guys these amazing, ginormous skeletons in coffins that they've constructed while you're weaving your way around the general admission line. And there's a pair of them back there, and they were handcrafted this season. Sasquatch, making sure everybody is clean. So now we actually made our way into where the time tickets are. We get a much better look at these amazing skeletons in the coffins. Holy cow, look at that treant. What? The time has come. We're going in. Well, we just did both houses. We piggyback them one into the other. My heart's gonna jump out of my chest. We'll circle back with a review of the houses in a little bit, but for now, oh my lord. Let's go check out the Midway. Second half of the Midway.
Oh yeah. You know, if you want to be like that.
Why didn't you go this option? Why didn't you go this option? The collector is here.
Alright, you guys can come on in.
I thought this was the line for Santa Claus.
My goodness, how are we today?
We're doing great.
This is nice. It's a pleasure to see you, dear. I'm curious here. I realize that a lot of the people know us as the view from the cheap seats. But let's be honest, these seats aren't very cheap anymore. What is this, the third or fourth time I'm seeing you now? I hope the travels
times.
were pleasant for you.
Always to come to see you.
My goodness, that's very good to hear, you see. I'm sure that you noticed the aesthetic this time around was a bit more on the vintage side of things.
Yes, it was. It was wonderful.
I'm glad you think so. I've always been akin to that sort of thing as well, you see.
Yes.
How may I help such a fine young couple today?
Oh.
Oh, don't mind the old spade, yes. Or the new house, or the white picket fence, or anything. You know, things are constantly changing here.
So the regular gift shop is closed this year because they don't want too many people congregating in that one little area. They do have a pop-up shop outside though, that you can buy all of your Netherworld goodness. And they do have the house shirt for the year with Halloween Nightmares on the front and Cyber Shock on the back. I feel like we just saw this guy. Wait a second. That's an imposter.
I forgot it's here.
It's Krampus. And he's got Mary.
Hi. What are you guys dressed up for this Halloween? You don't know. Well, I'm enjoying your costume. It looks very good. A clown. Yeah, I got it. What am I? A scarecrow! Not a pirate. Thank you. Have a happy Halloween.
All right, Netherworld, we're getting out of here. We'll give you our wrap-up and thoughts on the houses when we get back to our hotel. Well, we're back in our temporary Fortress of Solitude. And by Fortress of Solitude, we mean the Holiday Inn Express, where people just slam their doors shut and walk like elephants above us. I feel like we're still in the haunted house with people banging things. But in any event, all kidding aside, we're back from Netherworld. It was a really fun adventure. It was a much different adventure than it was prior years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we'll start with going in. The general admission line is timed, or still timed, but not speed pass fast. So essentially, like with speed pass, it is basically you're just cutting everybody in line, and you are paying a premium for that. The time tickets are good as well because they keep people separated at least and bunched up so that it's not one gigantic conga line waiting outside. and they do a really good job enforcing the distancing. While you're in line, it's masks, it's distancing, there's sanitizer around, and I think it worked out really well, at least.
Awesome. They did a really great job.
And when you're going into the haunt, it is just your group, so you're experiencing the haunt. I mean, there may be people substantially in front of you or behind you, but at least it's distanced well, where you're not coming up. You don't have the possibility of coming up because there's workers in the house as well, making sure that people are spaced out. Mm-hmm. The first house is Halloween Nightmares, and it's a throwback to Halloweens of past.
Classic,
Classic Halloween.
When you're a
We're
kid.
talking Black Cat, witches, the classic jack-o'-lanterns, and it's essentially part of a larger story that continues to evolve within the Netherworld universe with battling families. But you could either buy into the story, which is well written and it's continued year after year, and you could check that out on the Netherworld website. I will say the behind the scenes tour today, or Lights On tour, they went into extreme detail about the story and each step within the house, or each divider, because each part of the house, or I should say the house is divided into different segments.
Yeah.
And each has a part of the story for this year as well. But the classic Halloween stuff was awesome. I will also say that there are a lot fewer actors this year, and that's a necessary means by way of COVID and the allowance of how many people they could have working within the house at one particular time. But they do a really good job substituting. So there are places where actors previously would have existed and either like come to fall down towards you on bungees or things like that.
Yeah.
And now they have animatronics, or they have props that they've turned into animatronics. So Netherworld Prop Shop and the people that do the work behind the scenes, much different than going to smaller mom and pop independent haunts.
It's amazing.
These guys are phenomenal in what they can pull off and what they craft, and they can just build themselves, or they recycle or upcycle from other places as well. But there were enough people in the house to certainly get a scare out of both of us.
And they do have like a single person going to different spots along the way. So they might come out and then get you at another spot, and you don't realize that they're going to get you right there. It's pretty cool.
So in the Halloween Nightmares house, Mary got scared multiple times by the same actors.
Yes.
And then in Cyborg, which is I actually got scared 3 times by the same actor. So that was just
Props.
incredible. There's a lot of distraction methods and enough to pull out an actor.
That's
in there
the
to be able
big
to scare
part.
you.
The thing is, there's so many distractions to look at, to go, oh my God, look at that. Meanwhile, they're getting you right there. They're like right there. And you're like, oh man.
So Cyborg, this year, I think last year they ran it as Cold Blooded, which was kind of, they inserted dinosaurs and things into the house. They're continually tweaking that second house where we've had experiments from aliens to the prehistoric stuff last year, and this year it's an obelisk that has come down and kind of activated some of the pieces inside of the house to come to life, part man, part machine, etc. But the cool thing about the house this year is that you go through that house backwards. So if you've done it before, you're doing it a different way this time. So instead of going through where you normally would have started within like an elevator scene where you get being let out into the house, you're going the exact opposite route this time. There is a guest activated trigger in that house too that we learned about while we were on the tour.
Ah, that's right.
And we pressed that guest activated trigger, and that's when I got scared. I was looking at what was happening from the trigger.
Yes.
And no spoilers there.
Nope.
So I really like that house. There's fewer actors, I think, in that house than there are in the main
The Halloween
Nightmares. But,
because I think it's smaller.
yeah, it is smaller.
Yeah.
And that house was a lot of fun. It's gory, so they've amped up the gory.
Yeah.
In
In
that
one
Cyborg
section.
house,
Yeah.
for sure. And
I love the gore. It was pretty cool.
It's really awesome. But the pacing in the houses was really cool.
Oh,
and,
pacing was amazing. They did a really good job at that.
yeah, I'm really at a loss for words. So you guys have seen year after year that we've gone to Netherworld. It's the best. It's the best that we've been to. There may be better places out there, and I think every time that we say it's the best, and people say, "But you didn't try this house."
Oh,
We
didn't
can't
get-
go everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, we pay for this stuff out of our pocket too. But we want to next year expand and do more of a road
Go
trip and
elsewhere.
stuff. That was the plan for this year, and
That
2020 happened.
Yeah.
But the outside area was really well done too. So it's kind of like one direction when you come out of the house.
Yeah, they did a really great job at making sure you just keep going along and go out.
Photo ops kind of lead off to having other photo areas, and then live scare actors and icons, and the collector outside. He's got his own little Santa Claus type meet and greet, white picket fence. But it is great seeing so many people while we were out here. And for as much as when we go to Halloween Horror Nights, and you kind of feel like it's like family because you run into some of the same folks again and again, the people at Netherworld from the top down, from Ben and Billy and Laura and the characters that are scaring to the folks that are working in ops. We had a really great run today in the Lights On tour with Kurt and Alex. They were phenomenal.
Oh,
and,
yeah. They went through the house, explained everything throughout the house, the story, everything, without, cheat cards, no nothing. They just knew it. I mean, from top to bottom, it was amazing.
And the history of all pieces, too,
Yes.
year over year of stuff. But, even the ops that are outside, the handlers, the people that are working with, the actors, the people that are pacing you in the house. So we've seen the same folks year after year that connect on the lightning and check in on how are things in Orlando and what's up with Halloween Horror Nights and everything. It is for this being 6.5 hours away from us.
Yeah.
These guys are like an extended family, as far as the way the haunt goes and everything. They are phenomenal people, and
Yes.
they run the haunt, and they genuinely want to provide an amazing show for everybody.
And they do.
Yeah.
And they really do.
And we're really appreciative of it, and when the crew comes back and says, man, that's a hell of a drive, and you can honestly just tell them, it is well worth it.
It's worth it,
So,
yeah.
But that's going to wrap it for us for this trip. We'll be back whenever Netherworld reopens again.
Next time.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas. Maybe. I don't know. But thanks a lot for coming along. Thank you very much for all of your likes, comments, and subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. See you guys.